Hey guys, Schmeedag. Good morning. Welcome to another day in the life with you, boy. Stay tuned because you never know. Something cool could happen by the time we say goodbye today on this video. But anyways, a couple things bouncing around in the old pinball machine. One, as you know, I'm not broke, but I am like obsessed now with putting a plan together that unlocks greater potential right around the corner. Everyone is keeping up with the Joneses. I've been obsessed for a couple years with rejecting that model. And for me, someone on the doorstep of opportunity with no kids, no marriage, and health enough to go anywhere in the country and do whatever I want, trying to put together my next step. And it's kind of nerve-wracking, but the next step I feel is basically getting out of my home and selling my land and getting rid of that mortgage. That mortgage payment every month is just a stifler. So, what to do? I'd like to buy a piece of land with nothing on it, as I've mentioned, or at least get a much smaller home, or a home on a much smaller plot of land. So, if I didn't already tell you, I did call that guy about a piece of property real close to my job, and he texted back and said that property is in contract. So I told him kind of my sitch. There's a piece of land that just got sold right there. There's signs everywhere. So who knows? I have him keeping a little eye out for me. Also, I can just contact my original realtor from this last money pit deal and see about going forward with the plan that I originally contacted her about 6 years ago, that I was going to do before I let the bank talk me into going their route. But anyways, we'll see. The struggle is real. Had to go with a bowl of cereal today instead of a giant, delicious chicken sandwich like I was craving. Not even joking. The struggle out here is real. It is tough on the streets. But anyways, when my next step happens, it'll be right here on the nation, in between some boring days and some cool road trip days. So, if you've ever known me, you know that I constantly, diligently, and obsessively try new things all the time. All the time. So, stay tuned. Adjust that dial. Keep the picture in clear. Don't go anywhere. Because in this episode, it's possible something cool might happen. Probably not, but hey, what are you gonna do? In either event, gather your things and let's do it.
You're a loser.
Well, the dude called me about the house, and he said, yeah, that house ain't gonna happen, but he was pretty interested in trying to figure out how to sell my current place, even with its issues, and said, we can work something out to where you can get moved into a better place that works for you, and we got programs. So I don't know. I'm about to just put a blindfold on and hold my hand out with an ink pen and say, I'll sign what you want. Right? Nerve-wracking. But at the same time, it's like, fuck it. If it sounds legit, I'll peruse the contracts. I'm no dummy. I just play one on TV, so I'll make out one way or the other.
Ma'am, this call is about Medicare. Do you have Medicare Part A and Part B? Am I right?
Yep, you guessed it, baby.
And how old are you, ma'am?
Old enough to bend you over and jack it from the back, baby. Okay, sounds good. Fuck your mother. Bye. I am tired as shit. I was going to take a picture of the road being all dark and be like, and now, through the power of movie magic. Look at the dick water. See the dick water? Tickle the nuts, tickle the nuts. The guy's coming to look at the house. I should probably erase that. Dick water. See the penis? You see the penis. The old dick water joke. You don't want to know what that's from. That's from a rude thing. Anyways, no more dick water. Look at this fucking room. So I'm sure I told you. Tomorrow morning, a realtor's coming to look at this house. Look at this fucking paint job. That's because that big wooden desk was in here once upon a time, and I painted around the shit. And he's going to try to see if he sees any potential in this old money pit I live in. But he's talking about programs like, even if we got to put $50K into it, and then we'll just take it back out of what you get at closing. You think I'm going to make 50 grand profit on this fucking dump? There's no way in tits. Man, I look like shit tonight. There's no fucking way that's going to happen. I mean, wishful thinking. Cool. I'm going to hear him out. But the whole drive home from work, I was thinking about it like, maybe I should just tell him I can't meet tomorrow like planned and just lie and pretend I have a family and some emergency came up. Because no matter what he says, I still have to secure my next place I'm going to buy. I'm not going to become a tenant. I'm not going to go into an apartment. Been there, done that 8 different ways and tried that in 8 different positions, and it's painful up the ass every time. Whether you put a pillow under my back and arch me or whatever, it still doesn't work. So getting by a landlord doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. Some people love it because they have zero mentality or thoughts past giving someone else their money. And I don't. And then there's plenty who are just saving up for one day making their move, but they're spending God knows how many days and years giving their money to a landlord when they could have been 5-10 years ahead of schedule if they would have just went crazy like your boy's about to do. Basically, everybody should just do what I do in life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who we fucking fooling here? You know what I'm saying? So, no matter what this realtor says tomorrow about this place and the potential, and you know what, even though there's no furnace and no water and no well and fucking the paint looks like absolute cat shit and there's no crawl space access, there's a giant hole in the utility room floor that is probably not even up to code and shit, and even though the garage door is completely non-functional and have to be completely replaced, and you need some tree work, and your septic tank probably needs pumped all the shit out of it, and God knows what else we forgot. There's literally switches throughout the house that have no explanation, and there's a shit ton of doors that need put on. There's 2 bathrooms in that hallway right beside each other. It makes no fucking sense. Never has. But like a dumb dick, I bought the house anyways. No matter what he says about what potential he thinks this place has, I ain't signing shit tomorrow. I'm not signing an agreement saying I'll only work with that mofo. I'm not signing something that says you put whatever you want into it, get it sold, and I will owe you at closing. I'm not against that, but as far as tomorrow goes, I am against that because I'm going to make it clear to him. First of all, he thought of coming over here tomorrow. He wanted to look at this place. He switched the conversation from my next property that I want to purchase, secondary to this, and then sell this. He switched the conversation from that to, let me get in your current house right now, let me take a look, and let me kind of appraise it, even though he's not an appraiser, but he's a real estate agent, and appraisal prediction is a big part of their sales pitch, okay? So he knows I'm on 1.3 acres of land, blah, blah, blah. He knows this area is pretty good if there wasn't standing water outside, if you could actually get into the crawl space, if the actual fucking furnace might work, if we could possibly plug into natural gas or reconnect the AC unit or put any doors back on the house or patch the fucking hole in the utility room floor or replace the 1912 water heater and everything else. Even if he thinks it's totally going to work out for me. And he even said, a 4-bedroom house out in that area, believe it or not, even in its current condition, I think you might be able to make a profit. So, and we have programs. So even if we got to dump 50 grand into it, then you're just going to owe us that at closing and you'll just make out with the rest. Bruh. I know I look stupid, but mama didn't raise no fucking fool, bruh. Okay? I appreciate the fucking enthusiasm, bro. You're talking to somebody that looks like a dipshit, but actually isn't a fucking dipshit, bro. So, I'm called you, bro, to ask you to fucking keep an eye out on a flat slither of land that I can piss off the neighbors by parking a fucking van on that bitch and camping on my own property that's only about 20 feet wide, bitch. I don't care if it costs $5,000 to buy it and it's out in the middle of fucking Gaganda bar. I don't care. If you find it, bro, I'll let you broker the deal, bro. And I'll give you a commishcate off of it, okay? I'll fucking hack into the 401k to acquire that bitch. And then, when that's done, I'll either let this bitch foreclose, the one I'm in now, the bitch I'm in now, or I'll try to sell it as is, aka a piece of garbage, and see if some flipper wants to look into it. You know what I'm saying? But if not, fuck it. We're still going to see what happens. He switched the conversation from that over to, let me focus on trying to sell your house. We even have a program where you can list your house for sale, accept an offer, lock it into a contract, but ultimately do not have to sell if you can't find a place to live. Okay, you put that contract on my desk, I ain't signing it, but I will spend 3 days reading it again and again and again and again. I want to become an expert on that contract. That's a weird one, and it sounds a little unnecessary, bro. So why don't we instead just why don't we go back to what I called you? So tomorrow he's going to come out. And he's going to convince me that, oh my God, I'm your savior. I got all this. I got all that. Nobody's got a better view of the city than you. Therefore, we can find a dumb motherfucker who will buy your view of the city and you can be done with this bitch. And then I'll say, okay. So you don't mind I park my van in your driveway? All right, guys. Good night. We'll see you in here in about 3 seconds through the power of movie magic and shit. I'll wake up and I'll complain about me having to get the house kind of tidied up for the realtor guy to come over here and shit. I don't know what I need to go around and fix that might be embarrassing for somebody to see. I never thought of a world where more than you would see my house. It don't bother me the nation in here, but a guy with who might help guide me in the right direction knows what the fuck they're talking about. That's kind of intimidating, ain't it? Not really. I don't give a shit, but what I'm more worried about is how damn tired I feel right now. I'm only going to be able to get about 4.5 hours of sleep. Son of a bitch. Spending the last 2 hours scrolling through funny comedy videos probably didn't help none, did it? Oh well, what you gonna do? Fuck it. I'm super tempted to text him at like 8, 9 in the morning and say, can you just send me your listing page on the internet so I can search for a piece of property that I want you to make an offer on for me? And then after that, we'll fuck with my house. But so far, I'm going to stick it out because he wanted to see the fucking place. So I'm excited to tell you what he's got to say, I guess. But I am a little sad for him. Kind of sad for him already because he's going to want some kind of agreement that I'll only work with him and that I agree to do this program and we'll list the house, receive offers, stay in a contract contingent upon me finding something which motivates me to give him a sale so he can commish. Yeah, I ain't getting locked into all that shit. We might just have to focus on, I'm going to get his opinion of this fucking place. Use that as either the encouragement for one of two things. His opinion of this place will either encourage me to let the bitch foreclose, or it'll encourage me to sell it. There is no encouraging me to keep it. You know what I'm saying? That puts, you know how like under fucking Don Trump, there's a whole like push to analyze the spending and future financial planning of the government and shit. There's people that are 300 years old on Social Securities and they're trying to find them and cut off their benefits because they're most likely dead as fuck. And there's a bunch of tariffs on shit so we can have more money or whatever. That's kind of what I'm doing. Like, my Department of Government Efficiency is saying, you pay for a piece of property that you cannot even enjoy. So just quit paying for it. And if you're going to not enjoy where you live, at least let it be a place that you're not throwing your money out the window every month for. So if you're going to live out of a gym bag and sleep uncomfortable and fucking have to go down the road to shit at a gas station anyways, at least do it on a much smaller piece of land that you already own and don't have to fuck with financially. That way you can actually do something with your financial future. Wouldn't that be nice? Like, I don't know, get a CDL. But either way, it'll make cool content. That's my, I'd rather rock out on these videos more than anything, to be honest with you. Not that you guys give a fuck about what I post. Good night. I'll see you in 2 seconds. I'm up. Not really sure why, but I'm up. You know that whole thing where if you just abandon your house, it'll foreclose and eventually the sheriff will come and auction the shit off and you don't have to fuck with it? Hello?
Hello, this is an important call from Amazon customer support. This is regarding your today's purchase from Amazon.com. You've been charged $1,279.99 on your default card saved on.com.
On my default. On my default card on Amazon.
Thank you for calling in the cancellation department. How can I help you?
Yes, I have a charge on my card for Amazon.
Okay, well, before I address your issue, can you verify me your first name and your last name so that I can check in my system?
Yes, this is Gloria. Steadfast Water.
You say Gloria, right?
Yes.
Well, what is your last name?
Steadfast Water.
Okay, please hold the line for a moment, okay? Let me check in my system and I will let you know, okay?
Okay. Do you think Gloria has the charge over 1,000 that the automated thing said on her quote unquote saved card? Let's see.
Yes, Miss Gloria, are you there?
Yes.
Alright, thanks for holding the line. Well, ma'am, as I can see in my system, there was a purchase which is made of Apple MacBook Pro and Apple AirPods. That is a laptop and the wireless headphone, which is amounting $1,500. It tomorrow, and the
Turn on the
address
lamp.
that is 49 Arcadia, Coach Albany, New York 12205. So are you familiar with this address?
Oh, the MacBook Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I purchased that to watch midget porn and also to watch scammers suck cock. Oh, for some reason they hung up. If that's my actual transaction that he pulled up on the system, then why do I need to be hung up on? Hear what just happened? I'm sitting here chilling, trying to talk to you. Haven't even taken my morning piss yet. That stupid cocksucker. I get a automated call saying there's a transaction on my debit card or whatever card is saved on my Amazon account. Obviously, they use that because they know tons of Americans have saved payment information with Amazon. So if you didn't know any better, you'd take that call and you'd be like, well, that's crazy. I don't want to be charged for a MacBook Pro. Then their next step is, well, let me see if the card's correct. What's your card? And these naive old people who don't know any better and they're scared, they give the fucking credit card to the scammer. Then they go and they buy stupid scamming items with it. Like, I don't know, gerbils or whatever they shove up their ass. Anyways, I gotta get this fucking bucket ready to take a hot shower. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to take a hot shit. I'm gonna try to get completely all done with that. Give myself about an hour to spare before the fuck guy shows up to tell me all the things that I'm not gonna be doing in my house yet. So, wish me luck. Then after that, we'll get the day started for real and probably take more camera calls. Don't forget, Gloria ordered a MacBook Pro on her Amazon account. So if you get a charge about that, if you get a call about that, just tell them that you appreciate their concern, but that charge is legitimate. But thank you so much for looking out for my account safety. So stupid. Anybody who has a charge, it'd show up on their app instantly anyway. Fucking dummies, dude. Alright, I've been trying to tidy up while my water's been warming. I guess I figured out I'm just going to let that realtor walk through this house and predict what he wants, and I'm not going to go into detail about this room sucking more than that room or anything unless he asks, because he's not an appraiser, he's not an inspector. I called him to talk about buying me another place, not to focus on how he wants to make money off of this place. But I'm interested in see how he can. But because we ain't there yet, I'm just going to let that part go by a little quicker than I originally thought. Made it just in time before I pooped my pants. Was able to get most of what I needed ready. So when I'm done turding, then I'll take me a nice hot bucket shower right around that point. And then I should have enough time to just kind of tidy up the secondary things, just because I got company coming. I find myself wanting to like fix and clean and do a lot more detailed stuff, but then I have to remind myself, this ain't a showing to a potential buyer. This dude's just insistent on looking at the place, and he wants to look at my mortgage principal balance. So I moved the big ass reclining chair out of the way in my office and put another chair in there so he can pull that up. But if he starts getting a little too fucking hands-on, sign this, I'm like, oh buddy, whoa. Fucking half the sinks in this house don't even have septic lines running. Dude, we got a long way to go before I fucking sign another deal with the damn devil. I'm trying to get out of the deal I signed for the first fucking devil. 2 important updates. 1, you did see me a few videos back do a full demonstration on how to take a bucket shower. At the time, that was Old Testament stuff where I was pouring in that 5th gallon from high above, to knowing that gravity would pull it in and it would mix it as it came into the bucket. Well, lately, I've been doing it the New Testament way, where I just put all 5 gallons in, shock it with the heater for 45 minutes, and I take a spatula and I mix it like a fucking old witch on a cauldron, baby. And that, it's better. I don't know. Seems like it gets the whole, you don't have to wait some of the water to go through the shower head until your hot water sinks down, because even with that splash method, it seemed like it didn't quite mix it well enough. I don't know. This just, for some reason, the cauldron mixing method seems to work better. And what I was trying to say earlier, before Gloria got that MacBook Pro charge on her Amazon card, the card that was on file with her Amazon, is, you know, the whole thing where you can just abandon your house and eventually the fucking sheriff comes to auction your whole property off. Once I get me another place to duck into and lay low, mortgage free or mortgage reasonable, then you think I'm going to be in a hurry to figure out what we do here? Because there's nothing you can do here. I could be wrong though. That guy's coming in like an hour. He might be like, oh dude, I got clients right now that buy this house, buy this property for what you owe, dude. All you got to do is paint that wall and get rid of the giant orange dick on that wall. Just paint over that, and hell, hook a damn septic line, a drain line up to that sink, and you're good. But as far as walking through today, I'm not going to tell them that sink doesn't work. This is actually a tub, not a shower. I'm not going to tell them, oh yeah, the reason there's a board on the floor in here is because there's a giant hole under it that leads to the crawl space, and there actually isn't crawl space access. For now, I'm going to let him ask any questions about the house. I'm going to be honest, but I'm not going to give any extra information. I'm going to let him look at what I owe on my mortgage, and then I'm going to get to the conversation of, let's get me into a new address, whether I have a house on it or not, whatever the case may be. Hell, he might even be not only a realtor, but he might even be a landlord and have the perfect shit little studio apartment that works out for me temporarily. I don't know. There was one right beside work that I was interested in finding out about, but there was nothing posted, and some old lady lives there now, so I'm glad for her. But oh, that would have been perfect, but it wasn't advertised. I think that was a private deal. I wish I had family to hook me up with private deals. I think while that dude's here, I'm just gonna be like, do you know much about arson investigations? What do you think about just torching this bitch? Got ready for my big meeting with the realtor. Got this room spruced up a little bit. Even turned the TV on so it looks a little more home-ish in here, like a home. Look, put my crates up. Fucking the bathroom is the real shining star, and he's probably only going to peek his head in here for 2 seconds, but just in case, look. Got the shower closed, got my buckets up out of the way, put my buckets in there with my bucket stand. I even hid my little water heater and tucked it behind the door. Look, what's even crazier, even put the damn lid on the toilet tank. Obviously, I'll leave that off because I got to fill the fucking toilet tank up, flush the poop down all the time. But, so, this place will sell like nothing now. I'm ready. Even got candles lit. Look. Candles. Got one in here, one out on the kitchen, one in my office. So we got to sit in there and look up stuff and maybe a little Tuggy under the table. I don't know if he wants to go to Tuggy Town. So yeah, that's it. Other than this room. But that's okay. Fuck it. You know, this just means that I'm motivated and halfway moved out already. So that's good. This was all in the apartment. And it still ain't moved in. Kind of like my typical history with this house. So, I'm ready. Bring it on. I should text him and tell him I'm ready. The house is ready. I mean, I should probably put on clothes, but other than that. You know what? Fuck it. If he can't negotiate a deal with me buck naked, then fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Well, the dude just left. He thinks, as is, literally told me I wouldn't do anything to this house. Told me as is, you could walk away with enough money, profit after the deal to buy not just a little plot of land to restart your life on, but even a little tiny starter home or fixer-upper home without even having to get another mortgage, which is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard a human being say. That's something I've dreamed about for 6 years, dude. So anyways, fuck it. Let's go celebrate, I guess. Let's get fucking shit hammered down at the quarry, baby. Here dog is. Let's sell this bitch. Fuck you, Money Pit. Let somebody else come in here and caburbalate it. Now, not sure what to do. Dude's gonna hook me up with a new place to live. Scotch free, no mortgage, according to him. Just off of this profit from this dump. And basically he said, I purchased my home at a very lucky time, and this is a very lucky time to sell this property. And if I'm looking for something mortgage free, the way to be, he said, I will send you what you're looking for, and if you want to take a look at one, we'll go take a look at one. He also said he knows some mofos right here, right now, that are would be interested, and just in case they're not, then we'll just list it publicly. I didn't know a realtor could legally offer a listing. I guess he's going to try to hook up a private sale, but in order to take commission, I thought legally speaking, he would have to make it a public listing first. So, I think I've just entered into a criminal organization, dude. Organization. Do you see this face? This is the face of a man who may be knocking on the door of mortgage-free living. He even said, dude, you may not have to go the empty plot of land with a camper route. The money you're going to make on this place, we might be able to find you a cute little restarter home. Woo, let's not get crazy. Let's not get into trash bills, electric bills, upkeep costs. I mean, let's not get crazy. I'm sure eventually I'll mature and rebound from this emotional trauma and want to do that later. But for right now, bro, let me just purchase an address for now. And that's literally what I told him. You get me a sliver of dirt that I can put a mailbox on and put that address on my license. That's where I'm at. That's where my brain has stopped. From there, we'll see what we can do. And I think this is stuff that you just don't share with people because it's so transitional and you don't know exactly how it's going to come out and you don't know exactly where it's going to end up. And the biggest point is, the biggest reason why you don't share this stuff with people is because it's so not where I'm stopping. The future of my life, the future of the image of what it's like to hang out with me after this next couple steps looks so much different. But if you're trying to put up a daily, you post shit going on daily. Especially when you're like me and you think, this is kind of a unique story to tell. So anyways, I'm doing what every red-blooded American man is going to do when he just found out that he may potentially have the option to get out of the shackles of his current property. And that is, ordered some fucking DoorDash. Because your boy got hungry during all that stress. My Dash driver is doing the walk of shame. That's when you pull into the wrong driveway, you notice too late, but you walk over from the neighbor's property. It made me laugh because he pulled into the wrong driveway, but there's instructions on the account. And when I was delivering DoorDash, mine would always read out loud, so you can't avoid them. So, my instructions tell you how to make sure you're at the right place. I was just laughing, thinking, in the future, the instructions will be like, that little sliver of dirt sandwiched in between two normal houses with a shipping container on it that some stupid goon dick lives in the front of. So, here I am, not really sure what to do. I woke up way early to meet with that guy. What he's saying sounds very good. I want to fully trust it. I'll trust it when it happens, then my enthusiasm will be visible. But right now I don't feel nervous, but I'm skeptical, I guess. But I'm sitting here wondering what to do with my time because I already screwed around with taking a shower and getting ready for the day. So I think what I'll do is, after that big announcement, I think I'll put a pin in this video. Cheers. Take a little extra time today I was going to say look for land, but he's going to take care of that for me. He's going to get a commish, so let him. And if it ain't what I'm looking for, I'll tell him, and he'll know through practicing what exactly I'm looking for more and more. See, I want to take my profit from this house and invest a large chunk of it. That's more important to me than having a roof over my head, other than what I already own, like my van or your house. When I become a couch surfer, professional surfer of the couches, or when I do long haul trucking, what the fuck's it gonna matter, right? So, however, in between those adventures, in between jet setting all over the country and travel vlogging and letting adventure awaken my soul. In between those adventurous moments, do I want to come back to an empty land with just a van on it, or a camper, or a little shed with a bunk in it? I mean, that doesn't bother me personally, but if there's enough money out of this place to where we can get a cute little house that some grandma lived in, and everything fucking works, and I can wash my ass there without having to shower at the club, at the gym. It's not going to be as much money as I wanted to invest, but I'd probably go for that deal. So, all I can say is, keep checking back. Because I'll be putting the results right here on Dougalo Nation. And hopefully we can do some more, running around and fun traveling as well. I do have some plans for a lot farther away from home trips, and I'm excited about that. So thanks for being here. I think it's a good time to pee on this fire, pack up our tents, head back to the house. This one's been interesting. Let me take my glasses off here so you can't read in the reflection everything on my damn screen. Do me a favor. Share this video with all your dumb buddies, because it helps me out when you do that. I'll see you here again, most likely tomorrow morning. I very, very often don't feel like doing a daily anymore, but I still choose to, just to see if the results of it have been positive. So it's kind of like a job at this point. But overall, it has been fun for the most part. So with that said, I'll see you here again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern, 7 days a week, like has become our norm. And thanks again for checking me out. Hit me up, DougaloNation@gmail.com. And until I see you again tomorrow morning, I just want to say, you take care of yourself and don't be a douche. I love you, and I gotta go. So, bye.